remind me of a welterweight's version of Evander Holyfield. The way you test the manhood of every fighter that you come in with smart aggression. Is that a good analogy?
It's got to be smart aggression. A good analogy because I've had one-on-one conversations with Evander, and he's told me, you know, you're good. You just got to do a little bit more like this or a little bit more like that. And so, yeah, he's definitely helped me, giving me some pointers on how to, you know, have that effective, intelligent aggression.
Okay, now, what do you want to do in this fight that you didn't do in the Berto fight? You're like, okay, let me make a certain different sight adjustments that I want to make that makes this fight a lot easier.
Honestly, number one thing is range and distance. We want to take care of the range and distance, make sure we're in the range to hit him, not get hit, and not get caught up in anything nasty.
Okay.
Shawn, you know, how far back did you go when you watched Adrian Granados? Because before the Amir Imam fight and Adrian Broner fight, most people...
Nobody didn't really knew who he was before those two fights. I went back to when he fought the pit bull. I can't remember the kid's name. He fought him... Gomez. I went back to when he fought Gomez, and then obviously I watched some earlier fights that I don't know who they were at all. But that was to me a key fight to go back and take a look at, and he can be put down. Nobody has put him out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put him out.
Now in boxing, there's always the barometer of how each guy does against another guy. You know, we saw how Adrian Broner did against him. Obviously, fought Broner was successful.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you need to kind of make a statement, like you said earlier, put him out? You know,
that's going to be the statement. The statement is always, I'm different, and you know, I think I say that enough. I think you guys have seen me enough to know that there's something about me, I'm different. Those other guys haven't been able to do to Adrian Granados what I'm going to do to him. I'm going to outbox him. I'm going to make him move, make him turn, put him in uncomfortable positions, and work for that knockout.
Shawn in the house looking crazy in shape.
Yeah.
You look like you can make 140. That's just the eyeball test.
Yeah.
But
every day I'm like, nope. Every day I'm like, nope. Coach Wade, he keeps saying he want me to go to 140 just one time. Do it just one time.
You look like you can make it.
I'm doing pretty good right now, and even with that, I'm like, nope, I ain't doing it.
Even with all those titles down there, they're all free up for grabs.
No, 147 is where it's at.
So, okay, it's got to be a little frustrating. Once upon a time, it was you won the title eliminator and you were there for keeping. Now it's another one and another one and another one.
You know, I put that out of my mind.
Is your patience being tested?
No, I put that out of my mind. I understand business. I understand the business of boxing. I understand that there's you can't predict what's going to happen in boxing. You know, you can't predict who's going to win, who's going to knock who out, and so on and so forth. It's that crazy, and even from the business aspect, it's even crazier. You know, so my job is to get focused, do what I have to do, no matter who it is, no matter when it is, and that's what you see me do coming up into Adrian Granados in a few days.
We know that you're going to be in contention for that WBC title, but if another one arose, let's say the winner of Jeff Horn, Terrence Crawford, if that happens, is that a fight you would take for a bout?
I still, even talking about it last night, I think that Keith Thurman is the biggest, best fight out there in the welterweight division, and definitely for my career and for his career. I was talking to someone yesterday, and I think we over-exceeded every expectation that was made for that fight. We did so much more than everybody expected. And I'll raise my hand that I think I did a little bit more, and I definitely.
A lot of people do.
I pushed the tempo, I pushed the envelope, and I made Keith fight. I think in a rematch, it's even bigger, even better. So that's the number one fight out there for me.
Thoughts on Lamont Peterson and
I'm interested.
Right?
I'm interested. This is what I know. I know that Lamont Peterson has tons of experience. I know his camp personally. Barry seems to come up with a game plan for each fight. A lot like my dad. My dad comes up with a game plan for each fighter. We don't just go in there, this is our fighting style, this is what we're gonna do. We figure out what fight specific, what we need to do. Barry Hunter does the same thing with all of his fighters. I'm interested to see what fight game plan he comes up with for Errol Spence. I think Errol Spence is going to win that fight, but I'm interested to see how it plays out.
You think that's a pretty aggressive first title defense for the IBF belt? Like,
oh, definitely.
You know, yeah.
Definitely. Even myself, when I had the IBF, my first contention was against Kell Brook. You know, so I know that about Errol Spence. He's not in here to just walk around the block, say, "Hey, I'm Errol Spence. I'm making money. I'm fighting." You know, he's in here to get in there with the best and beat the best, and that's it.
Besides yourself, do you think he is the best welterweight in the world?
One of the best, 100%. Yeah.
Speaking of Kell Brook, he says he wants to continue fighting. He got the titanium plates. Now, what do you see for the future in him? Is it still at 147?
No, honestly, I don't know.
Can he fit at 154? Is he too small for that weight?
No, he's definitely not too small for 54.
Okay.
I think going up against Triple G at 160, he was too small for 160.
So he fits in with guys like Carlo and Lara?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Those boys are big.
Yeah.
Those boys are big. But I think that he could fit in at 54. I think he should definitely be aware and monitor his health and physically especially, and take care of business.
Is it a little bit kind of bittersweet for you to see him leave the division? I know you always kind of wanted that rematch.
You know, I wanted that rematch just to kind of right my wrongs.
Yeah.
You know, I think we all, have done some things in our past that we wish we could redo or do right. And if given the opportunity, we may have had those and done those right things. That is one instance where, I knew I fought the wrong fight. I fought but if I had it again, I would take it. But with him leaving and going to 54 or whatever he decides to do, it's okay. He's in my rear view now.
All right. I got to ask, there's been, there's a lot of different Shawn Porters. You got the one that out-jabbed Adrian Broner, and then you got the one who just comes to and pushes you against the ropes like Andre Berto. Which one do we see against Adrian Granados? Because he's kind of a come-forward fighter also.
You're going to see the jab. You're going to see the jab. Okay. The jab is beautiful. I think the world needs to know my jab is beautiful. The speed is there. I think the world needs to know my speed is there. And guess what? We got more power now than we had against Andre Berto. So the power is there. The world will see the power as well.
Is that what you can attribute the lighter body frame looking for? Have you guys been working on a lot more speed?
We've been working on it all.
Okay.
I think what you're seeing right now is just a man that's in top condition, top shape, and ready to go. That's it. But we've worked on it all. The speed, other than we don't really work on the speed. The speed is there.
Okay, that's natural, God.
Yeah, the quickness we work on. The foot movement we work on. But the power is something that we especially paid attention to since Andre Berto and probably leading up before that fight as well. So you're gonna see some power in this fight. I'm looking forward to it.
Last question right here. Shawn, last thing. Talking about your jab a little bit, can you talk about what kind of jab you have? Because we know there's two types of jabs, the setup jab and the Miguel Cotto.
Guess what? There's
power jab.
There's more than one jab.
Yes. Which one is yours?
There's more than one jab. There's more than two jabs. We have a multitude of jabs. I have a fast jab with a snap. I have a power jab that is a little bit more of a push with power. A jab with the length on the end of it. And the list goes on from there.
Even you work with Shane Moses. So
even the up jab. I haven't been able to. No? I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
I look at him. I'm like, that's your move, man. I'm not. Yeah, he's really good with that off timing jab. It's an off timing jab. His son can do it. His son has a really good off timing jab. I've kind of left that one alone. I play with it from time to time, but even the up jab, I can come with an up jab that you don't see, a feint jab, so you'll see it all.